Today, 5th of September 2025, you are watching the daily series Who Died Today. We remember and honor souls passed recently. Italian fashion legend Giorgio Armani has passed away at the age of 91, leaving behind an irreplaceable mark on the fashion world. Known as Re Giorgio, or King Giorgio, he transformed Italian style into a global powerhouse, creating a fashion empire that generated over 2.3 billion euros annually. Armani was not only a designer but a visionary who changed how the world perceived elegance. For over 5 decades, he remained the sole owner of his fashion house, personally shaping its identity and ensuring it stayed true to his signature of clean, timeless sophistication. Sadly, his health had been declining for months, and earlier this year he missed Milan's Men's Fashion Week for the first time, a sign that the fashion icon was slowing down. The Armani Group announced his passing with deep sorrow, vowing to carry forward his vision with love, passion, and responsibility. Tributes have poured in from across the globe, with stars like Julia Roberts remembering him as a true friend and a giant of culture. Colleagues described him as humble and kind, someone who treated everyone, from tailors to executives, with equal respect. Milan is preparing to open a funeral chamber this weekend so the public can say their final goodbyes, with a private funeral scheduled for Monday. Armani's passing marks the end of an era, but his influence will continue to inspire designers, artists, and dreamers for decades to come. Patrick Hemingway, the last surviving son of literary giant Ernest Hemingway, has also passed away at the age of 97 at his home in Bozeman, Montana. Patrick spent much of his life embodying the adventurous spirit that defined the Hemingway name. He lived for years in Africa, running a safari business, before dedicating himself to preserving his father's legacy. He played a key role in publishing many of Ernest Hemingway's posthumous works, ensuring that his father's voice continued to reach new generations. Patrick's life was a bridge between a towering literary past and the modern world, and his death closes a chapter on the Hemingway family's direct connection to one of the most celebrated authors of the 20th century. His work, however, guarantees that Ernest Hemingway's impact on literature will remain immortal. Rosalyn Drexler, a trailblazer in the art world, novelist, playwright, and Emmy-winning screenwriter, has died at 98 at her home in New York. Born in the Bronx to Russian Jewish immigrants, Drexler was a fearless creative force who refused to be boxed into one medium. In the 1960s, she made her name in the pop art movement, turning everyday magazine and poster images into bold and provocative works that challenged society's views on power, gender, and violence. Beyond her celebrated paintings, Drexler was also a professional wrestler in the 1950s, later immortalized by Andy Warhol, and wrote 9 novels, 10 plays, and the Rocky novelization. She won an Emmy Award for her screenwriting and spent her life experimenting with new forms of storytelling. Today, her work can be found in prestigious institutions like MoMA and the Whitney Museum, securing her legacy as one of the most influential creative voices of her time. And finally, the racing world says goodbye to Philip Lyle Barkdahl, former NASCAR driver, husband, father, grandfather, and beloved figure in Iowa, who passed away peacefully at the age of 87, surrounded by his family. Known for competing in 5 Daytona 500s and racing in NASCAR's Winston Cup Series from 1984 to 1997, Barkdahl was a determined and passionate competitor who built his racing team from the ground up. Away from the track, he was a contractor, farmer, auctioneer, and storyteller whose humor, kindness, and big heart touched everyone who knew him. His Cedar River cabin became a cherished family retreat, a place where stories were shared and memories made across generations. Phil lived life wide open, just like he drove, leaving behind not just records, but a legacy of love, family, and perseverance. Today, we remember Giorgio Armani, Patrick Hemingway, Rosalyn Drexler, and Philip Barkdahl, 4 remarkable individuals who shaped fashion, literature, art, and sport. Their passing is a tremendous loss, but their lives and legacies will continue to inspire for generations to come. May they all rest in peace.